Hello and welcome to the channel. For today's video I'll be doing a first impressions on the new Doja Cat album Vie, which came out on September 26th. Now, I've been a fan of Doja Cat since So High came out, so that's over a decade ago now, and I gotta say it's been really nice seeing Doja Cat blow up in popularity, and I've really enjoyed seeing Doja develop and grow as an artist. I was totally unsure what Doja would do after her previous album Scarlet came out back in 2023. So I was very surprised when Jealous Type came out earlier this year and it was 80s. I had no clue what she'd do, but 80s was not even something that I ever thought of. So this was a bit of a curveball for me. However, I'm not complaining because I personally love the whole 80s vibe, the 80s sound. This album is absolutely filled with the classic 80s sort of synthwave kind of sound. Vie is a massive contrast to any of her other albums, and to put it simply, it's just a fun album. And it's nice to have an album that is so upbeat and lighthearted from her. A lot of the album is about love. It has Doja's classic charm, that really fun, almost goofy at times, and I mean that in a positive way, by the way, style that she has, and that kind of way that she raps and sings, and her lyrics, and her personality. The album's got a lot of that in it still. The album's great to stick on while you're doing some housework or while you're on a drive. I don't know what it is about 80s albums or 80s inspired albums. They're just so great to shove on whilst you're in the car. I mean that as a compliment, by the way. I felt the same about a lot of other 80s inspired albums. So the track list, the album opens up with Cards, Jealous Type, Amen, Couples Therapy, Gorgeous, Stranger, All Mine, Take Me Dancing, which is the collab with SZA, Lip Stain, Silly Fun, Acts of Service, Make It Up, One More Time, Happy, and the album finishes with Comeback. In interviews, Doja was saying how she leads a bit more of a peaceful, relaxed life now, where she's spent, a lot of time in therapy. She's spent time watching TV shows and watching movies, being at home. And I definitely get that kind of vibe from Vie. There's a weird kind of sense of peace with this album, and like a relaxed vibe to it, especially when you think again of Scarlet, that had that sort of feisty, fiery, kind of angry vibes, basically. Vie doesn't have as much rapping in it compared to other albums, which gives listeners a chance to really hear Doja's singing voice. I've said it for years that Doja's singing voice is lovely. It's so kind of light and airy and soft. And although we've had like glimpses of her singing voice over the years, it's really nice to have an album that seems to focus more on her actual singing voice rather than her rapping, because she's just got a really nice voice. Yes, of course, you've still got your rap elements in the album, but that takes a back seat compared to her actual singing. And like I say, it's really nice to have another Doja and SZA collab on this album. They collab on the song Take Me Dancing, I mentioned it earlier. And that's another one of my favourite tracks on the album. Their voices just blend together really nice, complement each other really well. So I think that was really good to sort of bring SZA back. And what's interesting is that SZA is the only feature on this album too. Overall, I wasn't expecting an 80s album from Doja Cat, but I'm really enjoying listening to it at the moment. My favourite tracks on the album, I'm going to do a top 5. Those are Stranger, Amen, Silly Fun, Acts of Service, and Take Me Dancing. And I look forward to her hopefully touring the UK with this album, although nothing has been announced just yet. But I have a feeling, because she's announced some other tour dates, I have a feeling that she's maybe going to release some UK dates, and fingers crossed I'll be able to get tickets. And I wonder what she's going to do next with her career. But at the moment, I'm just enjoying this whole sort of 80s vibe, this 80s era that she's got going on. So with that being said, just a quick video, like I said, just first impressions of the album. What do you think on this album? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.